Hey everyone, we are Group 11 from Section 11, and today we're going to talk about education in Malaysia. Several studies and analysis have shown challenges encountered by Malaysia's educational system, a country known for its varied cultural environment and dynamic economy. The World Bank reports that Malaysia has improved enrollment rates across the board and made significant progress towards increasing access to education. However, in addition to these positive changes, the system has ongoing problems that researchers, educators, and politicians have all pointed out.
Before we move on, let's ask around to see what other people think about our education system in Malaysia.
Hi, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Michael.
Hello, my name is Ahmed.
Eating.
How would you describe or rate the education system in Malaysia in 1 to 5?
Probably like a 3 because I don't find a lot of interaction between the teachers and the students.
I would say a 3.5. I think there are a lot of things that can be improved. Not the best.
I would probably say 3. I think it's pretty good, above average, but there's a lot to improve here.
Do you think our education system prepares us for a career?
Definitely not. I've heard from multiple students that going into engineering, when you go into an actual job, it's completely different from what you were studying, and you end up not using a lot of the theoretical stuff that you learned.
It's a yes and no. Sometimes it does help, but sometimes it doesn't. Like, let's say they teaches us a lot of like a theory things and not a lot of practical things. That's why they doesn't prepare us.
Not really, because I feel like the education system only focuses on exams, so like they don't really focus on the interests of the students.
Do you think the interaction between students and teachers is very important, and why?
Yes, because teacher is basically someone that guides you through your education journey and like helps you a lot in deciding what you want to do in your career. So yeah, that's important.
Very important. Yeah, it builds like a connection to like enhance your learning experience and make you interested in learning something.
Definitely. I think closer relationship with your teacher could really drive you to obtain better grades or seek out better grades. You should take them as motivation, basically.
What one improvement you can suggest to implement in our education system in the future?
Maybe more practical stuff, more workshops, practical on. For example, like if you're learning a subject, shouldn't all be theoretical. I know we have some labs, but maybe more of that and less of the theoretical stuff and less focus on the exams.
The education system should focus on helping the student and guide them through to see what interests they like, so they can know what they want to. The students can know what they want to do when they go into like further studies and their career.
The teachers need to like give the students the desire to gain knowledge, be interested in learning so that it can be better for them in the future. Instead of like learn to sit through exams and pass them, you forget the knowledge. You need to have the desire to learn. That's the one thing. Like many institutes, they want to have like this CGPA, and then if you cannot, you get like expelled from the university. So you basically study for exams only. But what they don't realize is that they need to make the students learn. They just don't have the desire to like gain knowledge or something.
Inequality in educational achievements can be seen in statistics, especially when comparing urban and rural areas. According to the Ministry of Education Malaysia's annual report, rural schools encounter difficulties like insufficient infrastructure and a teacher shortage, while urban schools often have better facilities and resources. Students in various areas receive different educational options and outcomes as a result of this urban-rural gap. There are hundreds of schools in Malaysia that are considered to be unsafe, lacking of resources, and so dangerous as to be considered as life-threatening. Essentials including electricity, drinking water, and even classrooms are missing from certain schools. These educational institutions are numerous across our country, especially in the more rural parts of East Malaysia. According to State Education and Innovation Minister Dato' Dr. Yusof Yaakob, out of 1,296 schools in Sabah alone, 589 were classed as deteriorating, of which 91 were considered dangerous to be used as poor level 7 schools.
One ongoing challenge in Malaysia's education system is the language. There have been discussions regarding the dual language policy, where Bahasa Malaysia and English are used as the two languages for lessons in government schools. Research has been done on the effects of this method on students' academic achievement and language proficiency. A study by Suyansa and Gapta, educational researchers from Malaysian universities in 2020, found that a large number of students found it challenging to achieve a high level of proficiency in both Bahasa Malaysia and English. The statistics showed that some students found it challenging to master one of the two languages, but only a small proportion of the students were able to show advanced language ability in both of the languages. As we can see, while this system uses Bahasa Malaysia to reinforce Malaysia's national identity, while also recognizing English as the lingua franca across the world, it also presents challenges, such as a disparity in one of the languages when it is taught in schools, not just among students, but also by teachers and staff. There may also be resistance to this policy from certain parties who are concerned about issues such as the erosion of Bahasa Malaysia or unequal opportunities for different students from different socio-economic backgrounds.
A frequent issue has been a culture that is focused primarily on exams. Educational experts have found that our dependence on standardized exams can cause problems about the level of education. Some believe that this method can promote rote learning over critical thinking, thus limiting a student's ability to develop critical thinking skills. Exam scores should not be the primary focus, as this prevents the development of essential abilities such as creativity, teamwork, communication skills, and problem solving. All of these abilities are necessary for students to survive and thrive in a dynamic workplace as well as in society as a whole, yet exam-driven institutions of learning frequently ignore this.
In conclusion, the need for Malaysia to have a more inclusive, fair and efficient educational system will be the main focus of this research. Although there have been impressive efforts to widen access, a thorough analysis is necessary due to the ongoing gap between urban and rural areas, language challenges, and the generality of an exam-focused culture. By studying these issues, the reasons behind them, and possible solutions, this research aims to add to the continuing discussion. The final goal is to promote an innovative educational system that ensures equal chances for all Malaysian students, regardless of their origins or places of residence, providing an environment that is beneficial for entire growth and education.